Back. This is the grand finals of the OlimoLeague. Let me get all the sounds of the production things on like I know what I'm doing. It's a PvP finals. Alright, take a moment, step back, yawn, whatever you gotta do. But this should be a pretty good one because we got actually really talented players in front of us here. And Crank is, Cranky, sneaky devil. I guess this means we gotta get those intros done quick. Spawning here at the top right corner of the map. Coming from, you know what? I want to do the other guy. I like him better. Spawning in the bottom left corner of the map from Axiom Esports, up to some cheeky shenanigans in game number 1. I give you Crank.
You never writes as the blue Protoss. It is Yonghwa.
Yeah, so this is a bold move to start the series. And in most instances, this doesn't actually go too well. But Crank's already shown us once today he made this work, and I think he'd do it again. I mean, proxies are always a bit fickle, of course, but rarely do we see the 2-gate Zealot proxy. Yeah, as we see the probe going back home, it's going to just be for stalkers.
Yeah. I gotta say, like, ZVZ, we were just talking about it in chat. ZVZ might be, like, my least favorite mirror matchup right now. I used to do PvP for sure. But I like PvP when like this stuff happens.
Oh,
I really like cheese in PvP.
Okay, I'm gonna be somewhat on the same page with you on that. Like ZVZ, I think has the potential to be really awesome and fun when you see like the insane back and forth in the knife fight with the lings, the bailing moments where you're like, you know, those sort of moments are really fun to watch. You don't really get that with PvP, but on the other hand, PvP's got I think a more dynamic mid game, which is what makes it more interesting to watch, I guess. That's my point of view, but this being scattered right away, the big thing for Yonghwa is, of course, trying to gauge what type of all-in it's going to be. Now, he thinks it's Zealots, but sadly, as we know, it's actually going to be for Stalkers. So, not only is he invested in the second gateway early, which is good to start with, he's making the, I guess, technically wrong units. I'm putting this in big air quotes, but you can't see this right now, because, of course, Stalkers is going to beat out Zealots 9 times out of 10. And the Mothership Core rarely comes into effect because it gets picked off so easily and so quickly by those Stalkers. In fact, making a Mothership Core, having a foot on overcharge is like the ultimate defense, but there are some cases where it's actually worth spending that gas on anything else.
What's interesting is that Yonghwa did decide to go for the double gateway. He didn't actually scout the whole way through. When he scouted that gateway, he might assume that's a double gate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like with his 2 gates come down, but double blink Stalkers coming out of him. Crank's gonna see this, and what's nice is with the way he started this doesn't have to be an all-in. I mean, it is by now, but he could try and be like, okay, well, you know what, Yonghwa, maybe you're actually really well defended for this. Maybe I'm not gonna waste my time sending units across the map. He's gonna kite those Zealots around. I'm surprised he's chasing the Stalkers with him. So the Stalker gonna meet up here in a second.
That's odd. Probably should have sacked the Zealots onto the probes. Got as many probe
I
kills
think like
as
getting 5 or
possible.
7 probe kills would have been fantastic.
Yeah, now he loses the stock. Yeah, questionable. I mean, Yonghwa isn't going to be down the greatest foot either because he did get that second gateway. Well, unless he, you know, decides to use second gateway like an aggression,
Well,
then maybe
exactly. Because for Crank, what does he have at home? No gateways at all. Warp Tech's going to be so far off. Like, if Yonghwa just went full on defensive right now, it's kind of that logic too. Like, you know, oh, you get cannon rush? Well, run past the cannons with your legs and go to your opponent's base because you know there's only probes waiting, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and he is getting another gateway. So it looks like he's going to be piling on that 3-gate aggression. It started, you know, the build order was a little different, but it's going to work out either way. And Crank, he's only on 1 gateway and it's not at home. So, like, when that proxy piling goes down...
Well, he kills the probes, so that's good.
Crank is going for a Stargate? That's not going to help.
You know what? I disagree. I think a Void Ray is the best choice in this scenario, at least until
Blink's
Blink's
not
out.
gonna have anything to buffer for it. The Blink Stalk, or the regular Stalkers are literally just gonna go under it and kill it.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Oh, it is gonna be Blink Stalkers.
See, once Blink comes into effect, the Void Ray suddenly becomes a less good choice. But you gotta consider too, for Crank, there's kind of like a desperate choice he had to make, right? Like, you know, you've got nothing to work with right now. He'll hold off small aggression for a time, but that time's on not
It'll
too long.
probably be enough. Well, no, he actually has a cannon right now. So Yonghwa, yeah, the Void Ray is definitely gonna be out. Oh, it's an Oracle. Okay.
Okay.
All right then. Well, I think he can still get an Oracle, or he can still probably Chrono out of Void Ray as well. The cannon buys you an awful lot of time.
It does. That is true. Sadly enough, he can't even sacrifice the Zealot. Like, he has No way to reproduce these units if they go down.
These are finishing. All right, so this actually isn't that bad. I thought like for sure
he
you
just
wouldn't have
gonna
any
go full
protection.
aggression with this? Like just go to his opponent's probe line because he knows the stalker's on the side of the field?
I can actually like the decision. Crank knowing exactly what to do. I mean, it looked a little scary because you get pressure when you have only one gateway, but Crank is going to be okay. Oh, unless he just goes over the stalkers, and then that's not okay. Not okay, buddy. Not okay, buddy. Hey now.
Okay.
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. He's missing out on like important tech though. Like void rays are gonna get you so far, but you don't really see the like PvP is no longer about the void ray fast. You don't really commit over the 1 or 2 needed for defense unless you do an all in.
Rip.
Oh no, they're all gonna die.
That really sucks. He needed that, I think, for scouting more so than anything else. Like, because he doesn't have sentries to make the hallucinated phoenixes to send them across the map. He doesn't have anything to really check what's going on, and now he's got to play blind taking a Nexus. I mean, he has to take the Nexus at this point because he's seen his opponent is as well, but I don't know that Crank can necessarily hold this. Not easily.
We'll
Another Oracle's coming out.
See if this void ray really adds as much as it should. If it's miscontrolled for 1 second, it goes down too fast. That's all Crank really has. He has no cannon. The Nexus is even up on the natural.
Know about the pylon? Oh.
Apparently not.
Oh. Oh, that's so awful. Stalkers are here ready to rock and roll. You can buy some time as there's no high ground vision, so you can cancel this and force field the ramp. The Stalkers can't blink up to the high ground, but that's not
such a big cancel.
Yeah. This isn't a big cancel because of the mineral cost, guys. It's a big cancel because of the essentialness of actually having this up and running when your opponent has his up and running as well. Like, you can't be too late to the party in PvP when it comes to matching Nexus timings. I really want this Oracle to do damage for Crank, but I just don't think it's got the capabilities. Not with 2 Stalkers in that mineral line.
He might sack it. He's down by 6 probes. I think if you sack the Oracle, we'll probably get to 4, maybe. But then again, you lose out on the Revelation if you don't want to. Oh, never mind.
Oh, Blake Stalker's got into the main.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't quite see that when we were watching the Oracle.
Stalkers. All right, so.
Yeah, the second they compromised and got up there, that was it. So, yeah, Crank gonna tap out of game 1. He opened it with some cheese, though. I think he knew, like, it's risky going for a proxy gate like that. It is, like, the most risky thing you can go for, but his map pick. And it's not a best of 3, it's a best of 5. So he's still got time to come back. And he's going to be opting for merry-go-round for the next map.